And the talk is on.
Hey guys, welcome to the JNS Talks podcast. I'm Sho,
And I am Joe.
and today we're going to be choosing our topic from our little crystal bowl over here.
Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of people to just write on a little sticky note.
Yeah, sticky note.
Any ideas, any questions on what our first topic should be about?
Yeah, we just did like a little survey between our friends and family, like what would be good starter topics.
Yeah, so let's get that crystal ball.
Yeah,
Not a crystal ball.
we got a few here. All right.
All right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
go
it
ahead.
doesn't matter. Let's see. Let's see.
What does it say?
Okay. Biracial kids. How do you incorporate both cultures?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. Well, if you guys don't know, well, most of you wouldn't. I'm Trinidadian.
And I am Dominican from Dominican Republic, not Dominica.
Yeah.
How her grandma thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dominican. From the city, born and raised in New York.
Yeah, we were both born and raised in New York.
So we're what, second generation, first generation here.
First, yeah.
Yeah, so we're the same.
Yeah.
Our parents were born in Trinidad. My parents were born in the DR. Came over here. We popped out.
Yeah. My parents actually met in New York though.
Oh yeah, that
They're
is the
mutual
difference.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, your parents met in Trinidad. No.
No,
Your
mine met in New
my
York.
bad.
In Bronx,
And
New York.
my parents met in the DR, and I came over in the belly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so about
Biracial kids.
kids. How do you incorporate both cultures? Who did this one?
I don't
Anyways,
know. It was anonymous.
yeah. But that is a good idea though. We do have biracial kids in a way. Yeah, they are biracial.
Yeah,
right?
they are. They're
Spanish, English. It's a whole.
Hispanic and West Indian.
Yeah.
Both places in the Caribbean, but totally different cultures.
Oh my God. Yeah. You couldn't. We have a lot of similarities because of, I guess, because of the location.
Mhm.
It's funny. It's just funny because we have a lot of the same trees and like vegetation and stuff like that, like coffee, right? Stuff
Yeah.
like that, whatever it is. I don't know about that much of DR.
Well, I mean, when it comes to demographics, I think a lot of the islands have almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
ethnicity wise, Trinidad and Tobago is a lot of ancestors from India and some from Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mix of Indian and Spanish
And black.
and black. Yeah.
You know, the slave boats, they made the stop in DR and in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why you have a lot of black Trinidad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a lot of black, Indian, and Spanish.
Yeah.
And DR is 50-50. You got the Spaniards, white people. You have and you have the black African people.
Mhm.
You know, black and white. You know.
Yeah. So that's the background with Trinidadians and Dominicans. A little bit of background.
Yeah. So our kids are half Dominican, half Trinidad.
Like Cardi B.
For real? That's
Cardi
a
B's
makeup.
half and half. Yeah.
For real? Oh, okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
Maybe our kids do some stupid, crazy shit too.
um, Raising them, I make sure to teach them about both because over the years I've learned a lot about Dominican culture.
Oh yeah,
Obviously.
Well, you actually cook Dominican, so.
Yeah, I adapted to the Dominican culture, to the food. I even listen to their music.
Oh hell yeah,
I
yeah.
think I listen to more.
You definitely. I'm off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more into hip hop and R&B than Spanish crap.
Yeah.
You be listening to all that Wisin and Yandel crap and
Yeah.
whatever.
I got hooked. I got hooked since before I met you. I mean, growing up in the Bronx,
Yeah, I get it.
it was primarily
This area is very Hispanic, mostly Puerto Rican.
yeah. Where I don't know what I should say, but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we live, it's called Little Puerto Rico. A part of it.
More down the block.
More down the block, yeah. But that just goes to show you guys, yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Hispanic people around here. So me growing around that, you know, I just,
You naturally like.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. Okay, but I was surrounded by Puerto Rican, and I've always liked Dominican guys.
Okay, I want to ask you, why did you like Dominican guys? Why? Why Dominicans?
I don't know. I mean, this is just my preference. I don't want anyone to get offended or anything.
No,
but
I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just asking.
I mean, I don't know. I think the swag between the guys are different.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I met a lot of Puerto Rican dudes that I know they're cool as fuck.
No, yeah, it's not a cool fact. There's just I can't really pinpoint it, but there's always been something about Dominican guys that I like.
I think it's the rarity. I think since you grew up around Puerto Ricans, and then you just have the occasional Dominican, we usually get attracted to what we can't have in a way, you know.
Kind of.
So I think maybe it's that, but whatever. And obviously, I got attracted to your ass. So obviously, got something for Indian looking girls or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, and we should give people the background on our kids. So we have a 9-year-old boy, Aiden. We have 7-year-old boy, Braden.
I call him Brady.
Braden.
Yeah.
And
a 4-year-old, soon to be 5 in September.
That's Caden.
He's the baby.
And by the way, I didn't choose the names.
It just happened.
All I had was just veto power. If it was a ridiculous name, like I didn't want my kid's name to be Chocolate or anything like that. But she chose the names, and guess what? She carried the babies to you.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's only fair.
I love it how it is.
Guys,
Aiden, Braden, and Caden.
You want to make your wife happy? Let her choose the name. So what? As long as she don't name a chocolate or juicy fruit, whatever.
Juicy fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, I always make sure to incorporate you, like their middle names. That's your name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But I don't know where Caden. He doesn't have anything on me.
Oh, I know, but
last name.
That's your baby, though. The baby is the one that's most attached to you. I think he's more attached to you than me. Than to me.
I think it's 50-50.
So he has his days.
Yeah, like all these kids. But anyway, so we have Trinidad kids, have Dominican, and with a last name like mine, Tavares.
Yeah.
And they only know how to speak English because, people think it's easy. When growing up with Spanish parents with parents that only talk Spanish, I only had one option to learn Spanish. My first spoken language was Spanish. Went to school, that's when I learned English. So naturally, I knew both languages. But guess what? It's the modern age now. I know English. You're English. Even though you know Spanish, you understand Spanish, but you're not a fluent Spanish talker,
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, I get this from my family, like, oh, why they don't know Spanish? Why they don't know Spanish? Well, it's hard if I'm the only one that speaks Spanish in this whole household. You know what I mean?
As they're growing up, I think they're picking up
here
and there, but to hold a conversation, they're gonna have to learn.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah,
they know the basics. how are you, hello, goodbye,
it's hard. Like,
get that, go over there.
I know a lot of people could understand what I'm trying to say, because I know there's a lot of you guys that have the same situation, because the interracial thing is very common, especially in New York City, you know, and then across the whole U.S., you know.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you know, we're having these interesting mixes and these beautiful kids, you know.
Yeah.
Just not, you know, like, okay, yeah, you get with your own people, you get with this, mix it up. It's nice. We make nice looking kids like that,
Yeah.
you know.
And then you learn so much more about others.
Yeah, for real.
Like, how do you live your whole life and you don't learn about the people that you're surrounded
you
by?
don't. Yeah, you don't learn about a whole different world. It's like a whole different world, for real. Um, I didn't know anything about the West Indian, like only the basics, the stereotypes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, girl, and stuff like that. You know, like the stereotype. Who doesn't know that? But the food, delicious, most of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people itself is like, when you know what I mean, when you understand. And like, when I see Trinidad people, like the other day when we went to take the car to get a line and stuff, as soon as like I told them, oh yeah, my wife is from Trinidad, it's like got this connection, and we were able to speak where your family's from and all this stuff. And then he asked me about where I'm from in DR, because he knows people, and it's so cool. You know what I mean? To, like, if I was to get with a Dominican chick, what are we gonna talk about? San Francisco Macorís? Like this.
Like stuff you already
this country know. That, yeah, exactly, that I've been new since I was small. Same culture, same thing, same crap every other day. It gets boring, you know. Like I always said it. I made a decision when I was small, like not small, but you know, when you get to that age where, you know, you're interested in girls and all that stuff. If you know what you know what I mean.
Daydreaming what your life is gonna be like.
Exactly. I did not want Dominican girl, specifically a Dominican girl. I was open to other Spanish, like Spanish speaking women, girls at that time, but definitely not Dominican, because I wanted something new.
Yeah.
And I really got something new.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was just like, and it was fun, you know, just getting to know you. Not only getting to know you, but getting to know where you were from, where your parents were from. That was really cool.
Their beliefs also, like different religions. There are different religions in Trinidad.
Oh yeah. How many religions you got in Trinidad?
I don't exactly know, but I mean,
like, it's like 3. Like this
Catholicism.
Like, yeah, Christianity is big, because Trinidad was first Spanish colony. That's why it's called Trinidad. Yeah. The Trinity, right? So then you have the Catholics, then the Hindus. Because the Indian workers came over. Yeah. And then you got some Muslim, because of some Arabs that came through, and of course some Indians follow Islam. Yeah. You know, so, you know, like that, around that Pakistani area of India and stuff.
Those are the main religions there.
Yeah, those are the 3 main ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they not you, but your parents and your grandparents, they do they're Hindus and stuff, and it's an interesting thing to see. You know?
I grew up learning about Hinduism, and I also grew up learning about Catholicism. I went to Catholic school also.
Yeah, well,
my mom too. My mom went to Catholic school growing up.
Yeah.
My grandfather was actually Catholic before he was Hindu.
Yeah, and you told me that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So everyone in Trinidad, even though there's different religions and different practices, everyone knows about it, and everyone's used to seeing all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that Trinidad in itself It's a little mix in itself.
Mhm.
Um, so I feel like you guys are a little bit used to that little mixing melting pot more than Dominicans are. You know, Dominicans
Yeah.
are just used to just Dominicans. That's it. You know, like just a mix of
Mhm.
a Dominican dude and a girl. You know,
Yeah.
there's not really that. Oh yeah, you're from here, you're from there. People automatically question like, oh yeah, where she's from, like you know,
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to say nothing about my people, but my people are really it's just expected that if you're Dominican, you're gonna get with a Dominican.
Yeah. And
And
we've went through that. We've like
oh
got
yeah,
those side eye
oh yeah,
looks. Like
people like people
what?
where I grew up, people were looking at it like oh, or they'll speak to you in Spanish,
Yeah.
speak to
Cause
her in
I have
Spanish.
some days where depending on how I do my hair and my makeup, whatever, I could pass off as a Hispanic woman.
Yeah, but like it's like how I always say, what is a Dominican?
Yeah, there are also Dominicans that look Indian.
What is a Dominican? You tell me, what does a Dominican look like? You cannot tell
You
me
can't
what a
say.
Dominican. You cannot draw out or point out, yeah, that's a Dominican or whatever. Maybe because you're New York, maybe you can, you could spot out something. But
Yeah.
you cannot describe to me what a Dominican looks like because there's no such thing as an original Dominican.
Mhm.
It's not like Indians, Chinese, and the Japanese, and
Mhm.
even Russians and people from that
Yeah.
part and all that. You can't pinpoint
Mhm.
what a Dominican is. That's why I say they actually there's Germans that went to the DR.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there was some Nazis that went down there.
Yeah.
Um, there was a lot of Indian workers. Just how they went to Trinidad. Some of them went to DR to work because they heard that like the I don't know what it was, cacao or coffee, whatever was popping. So some of them went over there. That's why you have a lot of the Indian, a lot of white people. Obviously, the Spanish ruled over there. The
Mhm.
Haitians ruled after that. So there's a lot of African in us. Every Dominican, I think every Dominican on the island. If you are Dominican and you deny having any type of African, like everybody, there's somebody along the line that is black in your family. My
Yeah.
grandfather was black. All half of my family, they're all dark skinned black
A couple months
African.
ago, I saw a lot of discussions about that on social media.
I know it is a big discussion,
Yeah.
and it's a simple discussion. Hey, guess what?
You're all mixed. You're all mixed.
Bro, it's a mix. Is the Dominic? What is Dominican? That's what I say. What is it? It's a mix of everything.
Mhm.
Like you do one of those 23andMe's and stuff and spit on it or whatever it is. But we should do that. We should do that. We're gonna do that. You do
Yeah.
one, I do one, and we should see what we get. But let's see what a Dominican is,
Yeah.
cause I clearly don't look Dominican.
You get asked
Dominican.
so like
What is a
so
Dominican?
many
Yeah,
questions.
look at
Like,
my
what are
face.
you?
I look like an Arab guy
Yeah.
at times.
When his beard is thicker, he automatically people think he's Middle Eastern.
Oh yeah, Egyptian,
Yeah.
Egyptian all the time.
And then when he's clean cut, it's what do you get?
oh
Italian.
yo, Italiano,
Yeah.
Italiano.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? What are you talking about? Or
Yeah.
like some type of European stuff. Some dude
Yeah.
thought that because of my last name, so I'm Tavares. There's a lot of Tavares is a Portuguese last name.
Mhm.
Some Spanish people have it too, or whatever. But it's very common in Portugal. Thus, is very common in Brazil because
Yeah.
Brazil are Portuguese. So even a cop, I got off a ticket because of that, because of my last name.
Yeah,
There
you
was
told me
like,
that.
yeah, when I started driving, I was clueless. Like that's when there was no Google Maps. I cut this cop, so I'm in the left lane. It's a 2-lane highway, right? And I see a car there. I see the headlights, obviously. I know I got room. The
Yeah.
exit's coming up. I'm like, crap, I gotta take this exit right now. boom, signal. Got in front of the car. I had to kind of accelerate to make
Yeah.
get that space, but I kind of cut him off. What
Yeah.
happened was, the worst part was that the police chief of that town in New Jersey was
Oh.
riding shotgun.
So he had to stop you.
So the dude booped, stopped me, and when he saw I gave him my license and all that. He saw, oh, Tavares, you Portuguese? I'm like, oh, probably I think my ancestors are from there. Kind of bullshitted. I ain't know shit.
Yeah.
I had to. I'd be like, yeah, I think my ancestors and stuff. Like I've heard.
Yeah.
You're trying to get out of the ticket.
Yeah,
Come
of
on.
course.
Whoever says that they don't lie
Nobody wants
is
a
it? Whoever says that they don't lie is a damn lie themselves.
ticket.
So anyway, so I throw my little lie out there, and the guy was like, "Oh, cool. You know what? Um, like the guy was he was like, yo, I got the police chief riding shotgun with me. I'm gonna talk to him, see if I can get you out." And he told them, and I told them that it was literally my first day at work. It was. Remember, it was my first day working, and I remember it was a Friday, like at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and the guy he let me off because of a last name.
I think naturally,
that's how proud people are.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Naturally, people gravitate towards people that are like them.
Yeah, exactly.
Share that background, have that similarity. People love that.
Yeah, that's why you have all these people that they get together with their own people and stuff, because it's the comfort about it. That you guys know certain things about each other already. Kind of, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
When you get out of your comfort zone, that's why you have to get in life. This is a life tip right here. Get out of your comfort zone. You're never gonna do anything good if you don't come out of your comfort zone.
And how are you gonna learn? Like, you have to expand your mind.
Everything.
All that knowledge that's out there for us to learn, we don't take advantage of it like we should.
And it's all out there. Just get out of your comfort zone. Just right here, motivational piece.
You know what's ironic? We have smartphones, we have all these devices, we have Google at our fingertips, and people don't utilize it the right way.
They utilize it for the wrong things. Just to sit down, waste time on social media, swiping through people's profiles, looking at World Star hip hop videos. Nothing wrong with World Star.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being entertained or whatever that entertains you.
It's just when it takes over your life. Like I always say, everything in moderation ain't a problem.
Yeah.
If you drink a glass of wine every night, not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Even if you smoke weed here and there, it's not a bad thing. When you start ODing, you start ODing when you get irresponsible.
And that's the only thing you want to do.
You could drink water to death.
Yeah. And water's good for you.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, like I'm saying, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. So that brings to the biracial thing.
Yeah. If we never would have been courageous to get with someone that's not from our culture, we wouldn't have these kids. Especially
with the family pressures.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big one. Family pressures you to get with your own people, especially when you're from these types of countries. You know what I mean? Like, these people are very conservative with their with their beliefs and their values or whatever, and they want you to kind of get with their own people. You know why? For example, in my case, my family wanted me to be with a, not necessarily a Dominican, but most likely a Dominican, but they accepted you. They just weren't so like thrilled, like, there was like something holding them back. You know what? And what was it? The language barrier.
But I feel like that was an excuse, because I was learning Spanish. I was putting in effort.
I know, but it's not the same as a Dominican girl.
I know.
Boom, they know. They can interact right away. Right away, they could talk. They could talk for days. with you, they can't talk.
Yeah.
You guys gotta talk kind of like boom and boom, 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 and little things, and it's still kind of like that.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they were worried about you too. Like,
And
oh my God.
how many years
What?
we've been together? 15 now.
Yeah.
So about to be 15 years in
Mhm.
October, and still
Mhm.
it's still a problem, and that's why
Yeah.
most Dominican families, I know this for a fact, that most Dominican families are like that. You know, they don't want you to get, oh, don't, like, especially with girls and guys, and oh, don't get with a morena or a moreno. You know, don't get
Yeah.
with a black person. You know, because why?
Just that narrow-mindedness.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get with this, don't get with that. Oh yeah, get yourself. Why don't you get yourself a Dominican girl? There's a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Not realizing that they already have some type of African lineage in them.
Here's the funniest thing with Dominicans. It is like, this is a whole different topic that we could talk another day, but that is the funniest thing with Dominicans. That a lot of
Mhm.
Dominicans they if their daughters or their sons get with a black person, they're like, what are you doing? You know,
Yeah.
on some racist crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen it.
And I, you know what? I don't even think it's all that racist. I think it's more ignorant, but
Ignorance.
it still doesn't excuse you from doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, and like I said, it all goes back to the family wants to be comfortable in their own little circle.
It's definitely ignorance. Because remember, there was some situation there, and someone from your family blurted out, "Oh, this is why you get with people from your own background." Remember?
I don't remember because there's been so much shit. With my
That is
family is
true.
crazy.
But yeah, someone did say that. And then I remember you told me, it was like, wow, like you didn't even know what to say. And this was well after we had a couple years. We were grown already.
But then we had kids already.
We already had two of our sons, yeah.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. Like how still in 2000. Okay, let's go back. It was 2012. Still, come on, it's 2000s. It's
Yeah.
2019 now, and there's still people thinking like that.
Mhm.
You know, like these parents that, oh yeah, like at they'll accept it now because it is 2019, but in the back of their head, they're like, what are you doing?
But and especially with us, it is what it is. No one's gonna tell us how to live our life.
Yeah, especially this generation.
Yeah.
Like, forget about us that we're two strong people that we don't give up. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we, even though you was on lock, I ain't give up with you. You know, to
Yeah.
this day. But
No, I'm not unlocked till this day.
no. I mean, to this
Yeah.
day, like I'll
Just
do
clarify.
whatever.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yes, ma'am. All right, she was on lock in high
In high
school.
school.
She was on lock like crazy. You know,
Yeah.
the normal high school crap. And what I'm trying to say is that even though like people could relate to this, you know what I mean? A lot of people could relate to this because there's a lot of interracial relationships going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's in this, like I said, especially in the city. And you shouldn't be ashamed about anything.
Mhm.
Forget about what your family says. If the relationship is worth it, is worth it.
Yeah. And that just goes with whoever you fall in love with.
Yeah, whatever. Let
Yeah.
it be whoever it is. You know. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of that going on. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Because it's a melting pot, especially in New York City.
Yeah.
Like in major cities, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
All major cities, because people are gonna migrate to those towns, to those cities, and people are gonna mix up. People are
Mhm.
gonna breed them out.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be ashamed of getting out your family's comfort zone, because at the end of the day, that's what your family wants, not you.
Yeah.
Do what you want. You like somebody and they're not part of the circle, part of belief system,
Mm-hmm.
because that could work with belief systems also, you know?
Yeah.
If you like somebody and they like you, make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be open. Be open to other cultures.
Other cultures, learning about it,
Yeah, be open to it.
embracing it. Because if you love someone, you it kind of goes hand in hand. You gotta embrace their culture. That's part of them. That's a big part of them.
Oh yeah, you do. You
Mm-hmm.
have to embrace it, and if you don't, then you gotta think about what you really want in your relationship. Because if you're not willing, it's not like I'm saying change for somebody. You gotta just be open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In order to make somebody else happy, you kind of gotta do a little bit of sacrifices here and there. Because if both of you are not meeting in the middle, if it's this way or that way, relationship ain't cool. You know, if
There's
it
gonna be a lot of conflicts.
yeah, if this it has to be in the middle.
Eventually, some resentment.
I know that it
That's
might
what.
sound corny, but meet me at the middle is for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's how it's supposed to be. You know, you should reach for that person,
Yeah.
and that person should reach over to you too. You guys meet at the middle, boom. You guys could do anything.
Mm-hmm. Especially when there's kids involved, because he grew up a certain way, I grew up a certain way. So when there's kids involved, we gotta decide, okay, how we like for discipline,
Oh
like
yeah, so we do,
how are
yeah,
we gonna discipline them?
because she knows a whole set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
I know a whole set of different rules.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how I grew up. She's thinking about how she grew up.
Yeah.
Then when you mix, and then if you got the grandparents involved, you bring them into the picture.
It gets
It
even
gets
more
hairy.
complicated
It gets hairy.
because the same set of parents that were enforcing so many rules, they don't want to enforce any rules on their grandchildren, and that's part of being grandparents. But everybody has their boundaries.
Yeah,
Need to have
but
their boundaries.
all right, but let's talk about that. When okay, when you have a baby,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's on this. It's everybody's high. You had just
Yeah.
had a kid. You know your parents are high, even though they were probably mad at the first. And everybody goes through this.
Yeah.
You,
Being that
you
we
guys
were
that are
still
listening and
young.
watching, you guys know. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you first announce that you're pregnant, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, especially that being that we were young. We were only 18. Well, you were 19.
Same thing.
Yeah. But we were nevertheless straight out of high school.
The kid comes, boom, everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Then guess what happens also? People want to be hands on. A little bit too
Too
hands on.
hands on.
So now you have her parents being hands on. Then you got my parents being hands on. Then you have clashing.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
And everybody has to learn.
And that clashing could ruin a relationship. I've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
When a kid is involved, especially from different cultures. I've seen it in the same cultures. You will have different ways of doing things, even within cultures, because not everybody does things the same way. But
Yeah.
especially when it comes to people from two different countries and they have a baby and the families just clash. Boom, I want to
Mhm.
do this and I want to do that. One family wants to do a ritual, the other family thinks that shit is crazy.
Yeah. Like, for example, like Trinidadians, we believe in evil eye, right? And so,
Dominicans too, to a certain extent.
yeah, so, yeah, but I think from what I've heard, you guys believe in a different way. I don't know. But
Yeah.
either way, on the babies, we put a mark, like a cross. Like, you're not going to put jewelry on a newborn. So we put a little cross on the baby or some type of mark to ward off evil eye. I remember, and you were just like,
I just didn't like that crap.
yeah.
Just me personally. Nobody,
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah. So,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I
You're
know
gonna
a lot of
have
people
that.
didn't believe in
But
that.
but I didn't make it a big deal. I was
Yeah,
just
no.
like, that shit is crap. I don't believe in that shit. Do whatever you want, but that I don't believe in it. You
Yeah.
know why? Because I was trying to meet you in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, I learned from an early age from the little fights that we had,
Mhm.
because we did have fights that at the end of the day, it's not worth trying to fight with you. It wasn't. It was
Yeah.
all I saw was just us just coming apart slowly, slowly, slowly. When I just set my pride to the side and was just like, you know what, just do you with the baby. Guess what? We started going out.
Yeah.
Everything started getting better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When I started ignoring things from my side of the family, which I didn't even agree on, things started getting better.
Yeah.
You
Because
know
even
what?
though it was sorry, even
Yeah,
though it was the most happiest time of our life thus far, it was also stressful.
it was the happiest and the most stressful at the same time. If people that have had babies, you guys know what I'm talking
There's
about.
the normal stress of like, oh my god, we're responsible for an actual human being, for this tiny little baby. And then to top on that stress, there's stress from outside people and
Yeah.
outside
And the
situations.
outside people is gonna be your family for the
Yeah.
most part. Family, friends, you know.
And Aiden was the first grandson on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the grandparents were hype.
Yeah.
They were hype.
So obviously great grandparents were also high. Because
Yours
we both
is
have our
it's
grandparents.
crazy that this is the first topic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And we got it out of a bowl with different things. No
Yeah.
lie, there's different things in here. There's different topics. Different topics. This is not bullshit. There's different topics. We did it on camera. We pulled it out and
Yeah.
we got it. It is different topics. For example, some people don't think that it is bull. Going through depression. Zoom
Yeah.
into there, whatever it is.
Totally unrelated.
Yeah,
But
it says going
point is,
through.
we got different topics.
Yeah, different topics, and we chose this topic, which is ironic. It's funny. I'm just saying it's funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, the first baby, we went through a lot in terms of learning, in terms of making decisions how to raise him. And it's not like we actually sat down, like, okay, this is how we're going to raise. No, it just, once we blocked out everybody else, and like, okay, this is our baby. Nobody else was in the room when this baby was born.
And
No, when this baby was being made.
Yeah,
Like, this is our baby. So we're
exactly.
gonna raise the baby how we seemed fit.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it just, after that, everything just came naturally.
Yeah, once you just turn off the noise from everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and you just concentrate on your partner, everything is gonna work out, because you're with this person for a reason. You guys clicked for a reason.
Yeah.
Turn off the noise from the outside world, and trust me, you guys are gonna do good.
Yeah.
You know, like, I know that biracial kids having being in a biracial relationship brings a lot of there's still people that look at you funny and all
Mm-hmm.
that. Turn off all the noise. If you have kids,
Yeah.
turn off all the noise from your family.
And don't let every little thing offend you. Like, even from strangers. Sometimes I go
Yeah.
out, right? Our kids, they look alike, but they also look different.
Yeah.
Like, they each have different skin tones. So our eldest one is towards my skin tone, but he looks like his dad.
Yeah.
The other two are your skin tone, a little bit darker, but
Yeah.
way fairer than me.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we go out,
They're
people will be
white.
looking
They're
at us
white.
like,
They're white compared to you.
Yeah.
Basically.
like just the other day, someone came and they asked my mom, like, is that a blended family? Like, she was asking, is our eldest son my son and the other two his kids? Like, she didn't
Yeah.
think that Aiden was your son also.
Yeah.
So, like, even little things like that, just don't get offended. I know a lot of people would have been like, "No, you
Oh yeah,
crazy!"
I've
Like,
seen it happen.
yeah,
It's not like
it's gonna
I
happen.
don't blame the person for getting mad, but also just that person doesn't pay your rent and that person don't matter.
A person
Just let
ain't,
it
yeah, it's
brush
not
off.
raising your
Just
kids. Like,
whatever. Like that's how you gotta that's how you gotta deal with it,
mhm,
because so how do we incorporate both cultures? Anyway, so yeah, getting back on the topic, which we were on the topic, but I'm
yeah,
just to answer this. How do you incorporate both cultures? The way we incorporate is
teach them.
just do you, just live it. Just there's no right and wrong way
Yeah, because
to.
kids when they're little, they don't pay attention to like, oh my god, this person's different, this person's different. Like, like
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
know, they don't see color, they don't see much differences. They just love people. That's what I love about kids. They're so innocent, they're so sweet. People's people to them.
Like I think the best thing that we did was just let it be.
Yeah.
People think too much.
And as they started asking questions, like when they went to school, they learned about family, they learned about backgrounds, and history class, whatever. And then they came home and they asked, "What are we?" And I'm like, so that's when we explained, okay, mommy is Trinidadian, daddy's Dominican.
Yeah,
And then we explained some of the history, and yeah, as we raise them, they know now. Okay, this is Trinidadian food, this is Dominican food.
yeah, yeah. Like, don't worry about it. Don't make it a point. Like, oh yeah, you're this and you're that. Just let it happen.
Yeah,
Like that's the best advice that I could give. Is just let it happen. You know, our kids, they know that they're Dominican and that they're Trinidadian, and they know both of the, like, now they know, okay, these are Dominican and
yeah,
these are Trinidadian people, and just as they grow, they just learn.
mhm,
You just teach them as you get, as your kid gets older, what you can teach them, what you cannot,
yeah.
and all that. Don't force yourself from when they're newborn or they're 1 years old. Oh, yeah, I gotta teach them this. Gotta teach them that.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's with anything. That's just,
yeah,
yeah. And then also when they hang out with his side of the family, they hang out with my side of the family. They learn from them also.
yeah. And the good thing is that we're in a modern world where
Mhm.
it doesn't really matter as much as before. You
Yeah.
know, like before it was a bigger deal. Now it's 2019.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter that much. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like to some families, yeah, like I said, like my family's still like kind of stuck in the past and stuff, and I'm the only one really that
Oh,
has
that's right.
a spouse from a different country.
Yeah.
So it's very not from a different country actually, because
Different background.
there's a few that are not Spanish. Let's say that don't speak the language, and for the most part, even though Spanish cultures, they're kind of different. They cook different food. Mexican food obviously different from Dominican food and Puerto Rican food and Cuban food and all that.
Mhm.
But the communication is there. There's a
Yeah.
lot of similarities. You know, you could compare a lot of things they do. Because at the end of the day, we all came from Spanish and stuff. But when you grab two different languages and you have a family that doesn't speak English and another family that doesn't speak Spanish,
Spanish.
how you get those together? Um, there's no answer for that. Every family's gonna react different. There's gonna be some family that are gonna be proactive, you know?
Yeah. Some family will make it a point, like, no, you know what? These are your in-laws. These are the other side of the grandparents to our grandchild. Like, we're gonna be one big happy family.
Yeah,
And other families will just be standoffish. Like, there's no point. They won't see a point to it.
Yeah. Um. Another thing is, what I think is funny is that if your family, your like your original, like where you were born, your mom, your dad, if they don't put any effort, then don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Life, every relationship that you have in life should go both ways.
Yeah. Two-way street.
If it's going only one way, if you're the only one putting effort, then that's not a good thing. You shouldn't be dragging yourself to try to basically convince your parents of, oh yeah, my kids this, or my kids only do this, or my kids do that, and or them trying to convince you to do otherwise, or why don't your kids do this, or what, like they should understand the whole spectrum of the whole cultural difference, and
Mm-hmm.
they should respect the way that you're raising your own kids,
Yeah.
you know, because at the end of the day, they're your kids. You raise them how you want them to be raised. If you want to raise them to only speak English, do you. If you want to raise them to be bilingual, all the power to you if you have the time,
Yeah.
even better, you know. But and if you want to teach them Spanish first, hey, go for it. As long as your spouse is cool with it, try to go for it. Try to teach them whatever language is your
Mm-hmm.
primary language first, if
Yeah.
you could. In my situation, I chose to just let it be.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, eventually they will learn Spanish. They're
yeah,
learning.
not crispy.
Yeah.
Definitely not crispy how I learned it, because obviously I learned the language first. I
Mm-hmm.
learned Spanish first, but I'm not so crazy about how they're growing up. I always feel like there's some parents that worry too much. Oh, how is my kid growing up and all this and all that? Nah, just let it be. I think some aspects in life you can't control that much, and when you try to control it and they go the opposite way, that is devastating to you.
Yeah.
When you're setting these expectations for your kids, that's not good. I think that's when the frustration and all that comes through.
Yeah. Definitely. A lot of parents nitpick and then they focus on one thing and they lose sight of the bigger picture. You never know what's gonna happen in life.
Yeah.
You raise your kid to be the most perfect, this little goody two shoes, but then at the same time, you're sheltering them from bad things that could possibly happen. And then what happens when they run into a situation and they don't know what to do?
Exactly. That's why you can just, at the end of the day, don't try to set these boundaries, these rules for your kids. Just
Mm-hmm.
let the kids be themselves.
Yeah.
Especially in a biracial um relationship. Just let it be, and that's it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
in our situation, these kids eat Dominican food,
Yeah.
speak English, listen to Trinidad music. They're a mix. They're just a mix.
Yeah, they're a perfect
They,
mix.
I can't, like, it's funny. They eat Dominican food.
Eat Trinidadian
They
food.
eat Trinidadian food too. They know some Spanish, not really, but I'm happy with them. Those are my kids. I feel like in school they're doing good, so
Yeah.
that they're doing fine in life, mostly in life. They're fine.
And you know what's cute too? They're equally proud that, oh yeah, I'm Dominican, I'm
Oh yeah,
Trinidadian.
that's
We
cool.
even have flags here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it
It's
was them that got the flags.
yeah. They're really proud to be both.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You know, just be don't feel like if, let's say, like for example, in our case, my parents were being, dicks, right?
Mhm.
For the lack of a better word.
Mhm.
You could have just taken the, like the weak route, and and just give in to all their crap.
Yeah.
And what type of identity would that been? What type of example and what type of identity our kids would have had?
Yeah.
The Trinidad part wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or what if I said, "F this.
Yeah. And
I'm
just
tired of this."
then
I
they
just
wouldn't learn about Dominican.
they wouldn't be proud to be Dominican or anything.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's just it needs to be met in the middle, and it needs to be just relaxed.
Yeah.
Just
Just be happy.
just let it
Once you're truly happy, everything will fall into
just let
place.
it be. Just let it be. Um
Yeah, we covered a lot of stuff besides the
Nah,
biracial
well,
kids.
it all had to do with a biracial culture
Yeah.
in general. Cause that is we could go on for days about biracial
Mhm.
things. Google Home
Yeah, I know.
talking. That's a ghost. But I feel like this is a topic that we could revisit.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm
Um,
sure, like with all the topics, we're gonna be interconnected.
yeah, yeah. It's it's
Especially when
part. It's definitely part of living in New York City.
yeah,
This is the city where you see the most biracial couples
yeah,
out there. And it's a trend. It's not. I'm not trying to say like people are doing it just because. It's just happening. It is a trend. Trend.
yeah.
Those are what trends are, right?
People are getting more comfortable with connecting with people out of their background.
Yeah, exactly. And is a good thing. It's a
Mhm.
good thing that finally people are not afraid to, what, I like this type of person, and I'm gonna get with this type of person. Because
Yeah.
before is I like this type of person, but I'm gonna get with my own type of people because that's what my parents want.
Yeah.
That's it.
And just in general, that's our hope for this podcast and to show the audience that what we go through, it'll give someone courage to to give it a go at what they want to do. And
Yeah,
they'll see us and be like, "Oh, they're fine. They got through it." I mean, everybody's different, but if we could just give that encouragement, that's really what this is all about.
yeah, definitely. If you're out there and you're going through what I said, the cultural difference, and you just had a baby, if especially if you're a guy, just lay back, play the cool cat part,
Hmm.
because guess what? You still got a little thing that doesn't know nothing. You know, it's just a little thing. Be a dad. Change those diapers. Carry your son. Carry your daughter. Let her grow up. Let him grow up. And then your role is gonna come through
Yeah.
when you could say whatever you want and all that. Stop trying to, when they're this small, try to be all tough and ruin what could have been a good relationship. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
How many people ruin a good relationship just because, oh, I don't shower my kid that way?
Yeah.
Stupid things like that. Stupid arguments that leads to breakups. That's why, like, I wish I could pull the statistic right now and put on right now, but I saw some statistic that most people break up after most people that break up or get divorced,
Mm-hmm.
it's usually right after they have a kid.
Yeah.
That's why
They can't handle the stress.
that's why you have a lot of these single moms and stuff, you
Yeah.
know, and the occasional single dad, because usually is mommy time when it comes to that.
Yeah. But we've also seen that. There's some people that
Oh
we
no,
know.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've seen it a lot. Yeah, like it's a big problem. Like if you're in a relationship and you're listening to this, just hang on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best advice I could give anybody. Hang on, regroup, reset
Yeah, and both they are focused on your baby and the love
yourselves.
that you have. Yeah, and the love you have for yourselves also.
Yeah, like yeah, so not you or yourself,
Yeah.
as in your partner. Think about your partner. Think about what they're going through. You know what I mean? Like both of you should be thinking about that. And if you guys think about that, anything is possible.
What about compromise and respect? Respect goes a long way.
Yeah, compromise,
Yeah.
compromise, and respect. Um, if you a tip for everybody, you want a relationship to last, just compromise. Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
You'll live a happy life.
Yeah.
To put it into the most simple thing, just compromise, lay back, stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
And
Put your ego to the side.
yeah, for real. Like, why can't more people just put that ego to the side and just listen? Sometimes you just gotta listen to the other person and see what what they're seeing.
Yeah.
You know, try to put yourself in their shoes.
There's a saying that's like people listen to respond. They don't listen to understand. Or something like that. But
Yeah,
it's usually like that.
yeah, I kind of get what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And it's true. People listen to what someone's saying, but in their head, they're already forming an argument.
yeah, not cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's how we raise our biracial kids.
Yeah,
We
our
just raise
Dominican
them.
Trinidad kids,
Mm-hmm.
just you just let it be, just let it flow, natural. Don't
Yeah.
force anything.
When they have a question, we teach them. And every day, in everyday life, there's a lesson to be taught, something for them to learn, something for us to learn from them too.
Yeah,
Like I've never realized like how nice Trinidadian culture is. Like, until I had to explain it to my kids. Like certain things I'll be like, oh wow, I never realized
yeah,
that.
because you're
Like,
stepping back
yeah.
and looking at it.
I don't think I've ever appreciated Trinidadian culture like I do now.
Yeah, and especially because you're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when I talk to you about the things that I did in DR and
Yeah.
stuff, it's like, oh yeah, like it's cool being a Dominican, you know, like
Yeah.
and vice versa, because you're stepping back, taking a fresh look at what you've done, what your culture is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's big.
Yeah.
I feel like that's big to be proud of who you are, because
Yeah.
that is a little piece of who you are, right? Doesn't obviously a culture doesn't define you, but it
Mm-hmm.
does make a little piece of who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're proud of who you are, then you're gonna feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Also, with your kids, teach them to be proud of who they are.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, if they're whatever they are, let them be proud.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them to be proud. You know.
Yeah. Like growing up, I know some people that even though they weren't Hispanic, they wanted to say like some part of them was Hispanic just to fit in.
Oh yeah.
Or like if they were
that's a
hanging
big
out with
one.
African Americans, they would want to act
Oh yeah.
like how they
like,
act, and it's like all that is unnecessary. Just be who you are, embrace who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, And it goes back to your parents also. Show the appreciation. Like especially if your parents are big on their culture. Like don't go out into the world and deny what you are.
For real.
Like the type of
Yeah.
background you come from.
Yeah.
I think that's doing your parents an injustice.
It's a lot of people doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like denying who they are, like where they come from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's whack, straight up.
Yeah.
I think that's whack. I think you should be who you are. Let it be. Like I said, it's not a big thing. Where you're from is not a big thing, but it is who you are. You know, like you shouldn't be BSing where you're from.
Yeah.
That's fake. You know, that ain't cool.
Yeah. And then
like,
if you have an identity problem when you have kids, what are you gonna teach them?
Exactly. That's what it comes back to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you yourself have an identity problem, and then what the hell are you gonna tell your kids? It's like that lady. What's her name? That she was the head of a I think the.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. That she was Caucasian.
She
is
was
Caucasian.
Yeah, she's white, but she was trying to be black.
Yeah.
Yo, look up real quick. Look up real quick, because that was a very interesting. That was interesting. That was a very interesting topic, because here you have a white person, a person that grew up straight up white, and for some reason she says she felt like she was black her whole life. Come on, let's be real.
Yo, it's crazy. I researched it, and now there's a whole bunch of hits. Like, oh, white Instagram influencers pretending to be black. Like,
oh my god! So now it's a trend.
There's so much things now.
So now it's a trend. I know she was head of the NAACP, something like that.
I don't know exactly. But look here, like someone who was pretending to be black is charged with welfare fraud.
Wow.
Like, so there's a lot of people with identity issues.
Wow.
And it's just scary to think when they have kids, like.
Yeah, you know? Like they're not even gonna know what the hell they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's good to know where you come from. You know, I think it's good to know, you know, where you come from. Obviously, as our kids, you know, they probably will marry somebody of maybe another interracial kid. Obviously, that's gonna, you know, water down in a way, but still, they know where they came from.
Yeah.
You know, it's important for them to pass down, hey, my parents were this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes you this, that, and the other.
Yeah. And
if the other person is the same way, that could get passed on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are some people that, like, for example, like, at the end of the day, I don't even know what the hell I am. Like, I know that I'm Dominican because it's a country and blah blah blah, but what am I? I don't know.
Yeah, like the specifics.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what percentage of what am I?
Yeah.
And I think it's good to know that.
Yeah.
Just to know it, you know, because, like I said, it's part of you. I think every human should know, especially with all this technology that we have now, what they are, where they came from. You know, I think that's pretty damn cool that we could do that now.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, we should do that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live. I want to do that live.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of conspiracies with that too. Like
what? Like what type of
conspiracies to track us and stuff like that. That's what I've heard.
Oh,
I mean, this is a conspiracy for everything nowadays. Come on, it is kind of scary.
I'm not. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that if you kill somebody and they know that is you, they might subpoena.
Well, that's because you kill somebody. But I'm just saying, it's just
for what
they have down to.
Hey, if they could, if the government could take everybody's DNA and sample it out and erase cancer and stuff, I'm all for. I'm
Oh
all
yeah, of
for it.
course. If it's for a good, greater cause.
Like, what are they gonna? What are they doing it for?
I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. It's not. I
Could
don't
be a
think
lot
it's
of
gonna
shit
be.
going on.
I don't think it's gonna be for a bad thing. What, to kill humans off? What fun is that? If there's nobody, if there's no other humans in this world,
Yeah.
kind of, you know,
I don't know.
it's
But
kind of whack.
that's a topic for another day. All these conspiracies.
Oh yeah, yeah. But anyways, I think you should stay true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the positive note that I could leave you today is stay true to yourself. Stay true to your significant other when you have kids, and stay true to your kids.
Yeah, definitely. Said it perfectly.
So
Alright,
damn, so I think I nailed it there.
yeah.
All right. So
Wrap it up.
this is one. This is done. We'll revisit that.
I'm sure we'll revisit that.
Oh yeah, that topic is a hot topic. We could talk hours on end about that. But for now,
Thank
like
you
I
guys
said,
for listening. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. We also have a Facebook page, JNS Talks. So
yeah.
find us there and follow us. We'll also be doing discussions on that page also.
So we're gonna put all our contact info on the bottom
Mm-hmm.
of the YouTube page if you're seeing this to YouTube. If you want to follow us on Twitter, our Twitter handle is JNS Talks at JNS Talks.
Mm-hmm.
What is our Facebook? Our Facebook is Facebook/JNS Talks.
Yeah, everything is JNS Talks.
Everything is JNS Talks. So you want to find us on any type of social media, JNS Talks.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the
Like.
button. Like, subscribe, everything.
And share, please.
Yeah, we definitely need those.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Stay true to yourself. Like I said, you have a goal. Stay on it.
Yes.
All right, guys.